on vacation and, people are good, eh?
You got one? Man, I've had sinus headache for the last 2 days.
I talked to you about 4 or 5 times since he left. How's vacation?
Now, if you're old, you go back to school.
Is that what he said?
Still old to learn, man. What you talking about?
She's sitting in her class all day long.
They do make you tired, so. You're tired if you've been working. It's 6 o'clock, I'm gonna call this meeting to order. Mr. Brad, give you an invitation.
I will, let's pray. Most kind and gracious Heavenly Father, Lord, we do thanks for this day, and Lord, we thank for all your many blessings in life. Father, I just ask, Lord, that you be with us tonight, Lord, as we conduct this county business. And Father, I pray, Lord, that everything said and done will be honored and pleasing to you. Just go with us now and lead, guide, and direct us through the remainder of this meeting. In Jesus' name we do pray. Amen.
Amen. Let's pledge allegiance to the flag. If you lead us in.
Pledge allegiance to the flag, United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Public comments. Anybody got any public comments?
I do.
All right.
Oh, this is for you. Last week, I was totally disappointed in you over some easements that we were supposed to draw up. We had drawn up back in May. Well, only mine got recorded. The other two didn't. When I called Mr. Jerry, he tells me the reason you didn't record them was that she was afraid that Gary was going to fire you.
No, I didn't say that. I told you that the reason that she didn't know what we was gonna do yet, Mr. Tolan. Is what I told you. Yes, it is. Yes, it is too.
I had my phone on speaker, he heard what you said.
Well, put it on there. I know what I said too now.
And the other question is, why did it take so long for you to file the other two homeowners?
Oh, it took us so long, Mr. Towers, at the time yours was signed, I had already checked your title. Because when you first came to the county about huge, they asked me to look into it, I had to check your property title. So I went ahead and checked yours at that time. You were the one that were wanting the easement more so than the other two, because I had not heard from the other two. I was just hearing from you. So when you came down here and met me across the hall to sign it, I immediately walked down the hall and filed it. So at that point, I had not checked the title to the other two easements. I had them signed and held them until the title could be checked.
So then that held us up more time to get the ditch done.
No, sir, it didn't have anything to do with your part of the ditch.
Well, according to my attorney, he asked me not to touch none of them trees until those easements was recorded.
Well, if you have an attorney, then I don't think that you and I need to discuss this any further, or you and me, just giving out some advice. If you have an attorney, discuss this. We just need to discuss it with him. I
Well,
don't need to
the
discuss
reason
it.
I say this, Carla, is when one of the county employees went down and seen one of the homeowners, and she didn't want them trees out there on her property. Well, I had somebody that was willing to take the trees. So that's why I had to ask that question. Could I move them trees or have someone to move the trees? So that's where that come about.
I don't know what that came about. I'm just saying, if you have an attorney representing you in this matter, then we don't need to discuss it with you anymore. We need to discuss it with your attorney.
Okay, sounds great with me.
And I'm not trying to be ugly, I'm just trying to do it the legal way.
Another question that I would like to ask, and this goes to you, Mr. Jerry.
All right.
As long as you've been on board, can you tell me how many times the county's gotten sued?
How many times the county's gotten sued? Well, there's a couple of times I didn't know one thing about it until Mr. Tommy brought it up. That's when I found out, when Mr. Tony first would bring it up, when our car was towed, told me about it. And, we never knew anything. They kept it hid from us.
And who was the ones that kept it hid?
Mr. Falk did. He didn't tell us, Mr. Gary.
Well, what, you got a letter from his attorney?
No, sir, I don't represent the county in those matters, the insurance company.
The insurance.
Our liability insurance company, they are attorneys and they handle those cases. I don't handle those.
So there's only two that you just knew of
Let's see, there was
since you've been in office.
about three, probably 3 or 4.
The reason I say this is this is going on 4 years now with this ditch. And it just keeps leading into one problem after another. Every time I come down, I've asked y'all, what do I need to do? You guys tell me. I go and do it. Then it leads to another problem. When are we gonna get this done? Or are we gonna get it done?
That's what I really don't know, because we keep having, we didn't know all the facts, and we just keep having more and more people complaining about it, Mr. Todd. And the last that I heard, Mr. Carter called in and said that, I believe it was Mr. Ted Yon, was complaining now that if we do that, do that ditch, we're gonna do some others. Because it's on private property. So that's the last I've heard.
Did that Mr. Ted John go through what I went through?
Mr. Carter's gone out for school this week. When he gets back Monday, I'll know more about it.
But I don't see how this would affect Ted whatsoever at all. But if he wants something done, then I think he should carry the same boat, go down the same boat river that I went down.
Yes.
Bring it before y'all. That's all I have to say for now.
Thank you. Anyone else? Anyone else? You got that?
Nothing tonight.
Good. Okay, we'll move right on then. Our next on the agenda is to approve minutes for September the 19th. Look at the minutes for September the 19th.
I'll make the motion.
Now, second.
Any discussion? If not, all in favor? Motion carries. Thank you, Rick. Approve monthly finances. Look at the finances.
Make a motion to approve this bid.
Okay.
I'll second.
Any discussions on? No? All in favor then? Motion carried. Thank you. The next one is appoint Megan Marchant to the Jeff Davis Public Library Board to replace Debbie Marchant.
I'll make the motion.
Did y'all get her resume things she sent in her application? I have a second.
Second.
Any discussion? Not? All in favor? Motion carried. The next is to appoint Shirley Bailey to the Jeff Davis Public Library Board to replace Wayne Nursery. What it is, they done, their terms done served, they done served their term out, and they're re-electing someone.
I'll make a motion to appoint Shirley Bailey to the library board.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Motion carries. Thank you. Reappoint Esmeralda Torres to Jeff Davis Public Library Board. Anybody make a motion?
I'll make the motion.
Any discussion? Not all vote. Motion carries. Thank you. Our next list on the list is discuss 2018 LMIG programs. And what we're probably gonna have to do here is we're probably gonna have to have a workshop of what we need to do is go around and check the roads out to see which one's in the worst condition. and which one we think we ought to put on the top of priority list. And we'll do just like we did last year. We'll, go around and name off the roads. We got all these from last year that they working on, supposed to start working on any time. Is the W. Corson, the Pipeline Road, and the Kitchen Landing Road, and the Burkett's Ferry Road, Claxton Road, Preston Long, and Elizabeth Church Road. And so what we need to do is get up a list of the names, just like we did last year. And we even might have one road that's in a lot worse of condition. We might want to do the whole LMIG to 600,000. We might want to put it on one complete road till we look at them and see. And what we'll do is have a workshop meeting, if it's okay with y'all, and discuss which way we want to go with that. You know, we also have to meet that same criteria. We have to put in 600,000 too, so we can do it, I think, mankind. And so, if y'all want to, we'll just, each one of us could write our district and see which roads we think needs it worst, and we'll make another list and start from there. Has anybody got anything?
What each district to get,
Well, what we did last year, we divided out in each district, but we don't have to do that now. We can't just put it there. If we got one road that's, we think that needs to be done completely, we can spend that $600,000 completely on it.
okay, is there any way you can tell which road, like, when the last time a road been tended to, like, if it's been 15 years, if this one been dead 7 years,
Well, what we could
10
do
years,
is
you know what I'm saying?
get the name of the road.
Can
we
do
put
that,
in.
still you got some roads that, get more traffic.
Gets a lot more traffic.
condition.
Oh, well, I don't want to bypass McKitchen Landing Road at all.
Well, McKitchen Landing Road it was on this year, so this should get done anytime. They should start work on it anytime, because it's done been approved.
Okay, so you.
That's for we going for 2018 now,
Okay, I follow you.
LMIG. See, we get granted 600, it's in your package here, $600,000, and we have to match that. $602,496.46. And what we got to do though is make sure that we got the roads, we have to mark these roads off and let them know which ones that we're gonna do ahead of time. So y'all want to just go around and look at them and write up some roads that you think needs the worst.
I think we need to get Robin involved with it like that.
That's what
And
I think.
I'll tell you something else too. I think they should go with, I think they got about 20 feet out there on the left. The last road they did out there, they got about 20 feet wide. They did go about 22 feet.
I'm not,
The paved road, yeah, the last one out there on,
Bell telephone, one of the salt bell.
Hat Steel.
Hat Steel.
Yeah, it's about 20 feet. It should really need to be about 22 feet wide, at least 20.
Well, it gets us out of being able to patch and surface, you know, what we're really doing. If you widen it, then you gotta go in the base and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Now, instead of just.
What this is for, is just going over the worst roads and patch job. That's what this is.
Okay, what I'm
See,
saying.
it tells you on each district what we got, .85, .71, .85, .28, for each road that we put out, that's how much district they supposed to repatch.
I'm just getting back to what they did out down on Hatfield Road. I think if you start doing a highway that long, you should just start doing it 22 feet wide.
A new road should
A
be.
new road should be at least minimum 22 feet. I mean, it might cost more, but it'd be better.
Yeah, that's
Because by
right.
the time you strike, I mean, you ain't got no edge.
That's the
Some of the
first
trucks
road.
is, I mean, at least 9 feet wide, you got the mirrors and all that.
Well, really, that's the way 268 is from here to Snipeville, is that road, it definitely needed 2 foot on each side of it.
Once
That
it's
is
state
dangerous
property, it
road.
is 22 feet.
That's right.
Well,
Yeah.
And I'm trying my best. I talked to the DOT here a while back. I'm gonna try to call our representative, and y'all need to also, They will not take 268 back without swapping something. And I told the guy here a couple of weeks ago that I was gonna I'd give him 107 from Snipesville, that we would take 107 from Snipesville to 221 if they would take 268. So I'm hoping that,
So the council.
I doubt if we get it done, but if you put enough pressure on our representatives and all, we might get it done.
For our time.
Paying deal.
Well, for anybody's time here, I think. But I thought that would be a pretty good deal, if we could get that moving. And, if y'all call Dominic and Greg Morris and Jimmy Pruitt and tell them to help us get that done, we might accidentally pull that over. Cause I told them, they know though, cause they said they go down 107 to 221. They don't never travel, most especially at night, 268 because of it being so narrow. So, I mean, they know how bad it is, the DOT people does.
Does the state pick up where the proposed roundabout is supposed to be? It's not still, is that where the state actually starts? It's outside of town, but it isn't.
No, the state starts, yeah, it's a way on down there,
Okay.
yeah.
Well, I was wondering, so if they do the roundabout, won't have to tie those two together? Or will it go to a 20?
The state will do the roundabout, they supposed to do it completely, and
So
we
they're gonna
still.
do a state roundabout
Right.
here, and then you're gonna have a void that's 20 feet wide, it's county property, and then you go back to the state again. I wonder if they, I mean, maybe they'll get some leverage, is what I mean, if they're gonna do the
Right.
roundabout.
He asked me also about that, and I told him we definitely want it, because that is one dangerous intersection right there, that's Snipesville. That's really dangerous. But if we could swap them, if we could take 107 from Snipesville to 221, man, that would be a blessing. That's just a dream, probably, it don't hurt to try.
Do we have a schedule anywhere showing who got what?
Yes, you got it in your package.
It's back here.
Right,
Yeah, I got the lease.
Sorry.
I got the lease.
you got it in your package right there. And that's the reason that I say that we go out and search the road and get with Mr. Robert too. And even if it's in someone else's district, if that road needs it a lot worse than anywhere else, we can put the whole thing on one road. We don't have to divide it up. And really, you get more work for your money, you get more bang for your money if you did have it in one place. But these were so dangerous, these spots here, that's the reason we decided to do these.
No, I saw this, my question was, do we know who got it and when they're starting? You know, it's already been bid out.
Oh, it's done been,
Conclusion on that, I just haven't seen anything.
Did Howard get that too?
Yep. Ever been out?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so we don't have a schedule on when he's supposed to start on what, I'm just getting
I
questions.
figured they'd be started
I
something
think there's a pre-construction meeting coming up next week sometime.
next week.
It's real friendly.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's.
They'll be done by December.
Yeah.
That's what I told everybody.
Once they move in, they won't take them no time to do it. Because you see what little distance it is, I mean, .85, .71, .28, .09, so. What it is just in bad holes, it's so dangerous for people that have read. Is that what y'all want to do then, is just look it over and get with Mr. Robert too? Okay, that's what we'll do then. Anything else y'all want to discuss on that? If not, we'll move on to the next one. New or old business. I wanted to bring up also on the old business is we had talked about that excavator before, and we sold our excavator that was junk. We sold it, the side cutter, and the car, and we got enough money out of them to buy another excavator to put out there at the pit, or either to put in the branch and put the new one in the pit, because that in the pit will not even walk. They having to carry the bulldozer out and push the dirt to it to dig it loaded. And it's really just costing the county money. And we sold that other excavator, I think it was around $45,000. That was tax and all. And then we sold the side cutter, but I don't think it come got the side cutter yet. And then we sold these cars, so we got enough money to take it and buy a used excavator, a pretty good one. And Oscar found one down in Almer, and I went and looked at it, and Mr. Robert went and looked at it also, 315 CL. It's in excellent condition. I'm talking about excellent. It's above average for a used excavator. Now, he'd rather put a $40,000 machine in a branch than a $180,000 machine. And personally myself, I was wanting to go ahead and find out what y'all think about it. Because we could put that one up, because we already got a couple of people interested in buying that one. And we could put that, and we got out there to tee it up also for sale. I mean, we done got over enough money to buy. The man was wanting 43, but I really think he would take 38 or 40 for it. I don't know, he might be done sold it by now, I haven't talked to him. It's down there down where David Lee's.
I think 38 is plenty for it.
And he might not, he might would take 38, I don't know. But it's in excellent condition. I mean, the sheet metal is real, it's clean, it's just outstanding for a 1998 model.
It's really got the power and the strength.
Yeah, I got on it and run it, yeah. Mr. Robert went down and also operated. And he said, excellent condition.
What do you gotta do with it? What's he do for a living? Just buy
Oh,
some equipment?
he bought it and cleaned up a little piece of land. He owns David Lee Packing Company down there, Lee Packing. And he just cleaned up, and I think his brother passed away. And, he just decided to sell all this stuff. I mean, he didn't do it, he didn't, buy it to clean up land. He just bought it to clean up a little spot he had. And that's all he done with it. In fact, he got a pile of equipment down there for sale.
Go down and see if you take it further.
Well, I need a vote.
We need one on that. More price, what do you want
I mean, I really don't think you, according to what I find in the paper, you won't find one in that good a shape for that price.
to do? Kind of.
A cat, 315 CL.
I'm out of room.
I think around 7,000. But the undercarriage good, the turntable's good, the bucket pins in the bucket's excellent. I mean, it's in excellent condition for a 98. Y'all want to try to look into it, sell the old one we got at the pit, and look into buying that, and when we have one to go in. I mean, I'd rather put a $40,000 one in a branch that you're probably gonna bend something. Sooner or later, I don't care who operates it, you're gonna bend, because you're working between trees. Because people don't want you to tear up their trees. He'd rather put it in there than $180,000.
I agree with that, but I can just tell you, in my opinion, it's not worth $40,000.
Well, you want to just go stick on 38?
That's just my opinion of it, but I'm,
What was it worth? 30?
I think high retail's 38 on it. High retail.
I mean, you just won't find one that's clean.
But, like I say, I'm getting one.
Shop around, see what you can find.
But I do agree
What I'll
with you, we
do-
need one.
What I'll do is, why don't we do this? Why don't we let Mr. Robert see if he can get online and find anything
That's right
then,
for mine.
and see what it looks like. I know I did call John Deere man, Mr. Tom, and that he had a used one, but it was rough. The sheet metal was rough on it. And he said he'd take 35, I believe it was for it. But it was rough.
I mean, all that matters.
Why don't we just go ahead and vote on doing it then and let Mr. Robert check some prices out some. Let's set a price about what we think we put in one.
Now, how much money did you say we had between the two?
Well, we got, I believe it was 45, of course, now it's taxes and all, so we probably get what, 40? Well, he added a 12.5% buyer's premium on it. So we'll probably get 42, around 42, 41, 42.
I don't know.
That's right. And then we got 35, I believe it was, out the side cutter. But I'm not sure where they paid for it yet or not. That's what it bid it off at. I hadn't talked to Mr. Robert. But then we sold the car, the Crown Vic. I believe he told me it run I hadn't seen any paperwork, but I think it rung 1,800, am I right? 1,800. So, I mean, we got the money to buy it.
Why don't we just let you and Robert look for one and spend up $45,000 on review? Because we also.
Ain't 20 years old.
Well, I mean, but that really don't matter, I mean, that excavator can be worth in the upper thirties, and it may be worth 40, but I mean, it just, in my experience, I mean, that would be pushing it. No matter what condition.
Well, I'll put it this way. I bought a Volvo 4 or 5 years ago. I run it, or 3 years ago. I run it over a year. I give 45,000 for it. I turn around and sold it for 45,000. And it wasn't near the machine, this machine is. It was a little newer model, but it hadn't been took care of. It was rough when I bought it. But I didn't lose no money on it, running it a little over a year.
But we also need a mini excavator too.
And I think he had one in down there. I'm not 100% sure, we had to go back and look.
We get part of cities. They got these strong. I thought they had one there.
We got a nice one.
Right now.
What's that?
I said, we just borrow cities. They got a nice one.
You okay that, Mr. Tom?
Yeah, man. Same thing. Well, you need one of them when you start digging around pipe. We could probably save a lot of pipes with one of those, especially with a mini excavator that you cannot do with them big excavators.
You cannot do with a big excavator, you cannot do with a backhoe.
It's too big.
That's right. A lot of pipe and a lot of, most people working around gas lines or water lines.
Yeah.
Okay, all right, your motion, then we'll go ahead and spend up to 45,000 on
So we need to put a limit on the car, or?
I'd rather put a limit, and we know about what we want. Right.
I make a motion to purchase a used excavator not to exceed $45,000, and to let Jerry and Robert determine the value.
I make a motion. Second.
Second, any other discussion? Not all in favor of it? Motion carried. Anything else y'all need to discuss? Any other business?
I call, on Hosper Road, and I call DOT, and they will come out and check that road. Cause when you, the traffic up, the traffic trying to go in such a short turn. And who is Salmon Narrow Road? That's your road?
Say it again.
Salmon right there.
Right there.
That's off down highway.
That's mine.
Yeah, I told him about that one too. Cause it's like a one lane, can't one vehicle get out.
It's paper.
No, it's dirt road. But I feel this DOT, I don't know, I don't know. I just called it up, check it out. Cause I screwed up my trailer on that stop sign going out of there. And the guy on the highway trying to come in, both of us can do it together.
Any other business over there?
Just FYI, the road out here, AAA corner, basically, keeps them talking back and forth on that because, we didn't have any plans on the surface. They took whoever the engineering firm was, did the dirt work before, they didn't take it all the way to the surface. What we had discussed versus spending that money going back to the engineering firm that is taking the specs off the road that's on the eastern side. Whoever did that, and getting those specs and seeing if it's held up, and if it has, try to use the same specs on this side. So, how y'all feel about that? It'll be brought to your attention shortly, because we gotta get something done. If we, the road's ready to go, except for pulling 2 ditches on a little cutoff thing right there, and if we get 6 inches of rain, we're done, and we start over again. We got till basically December is what we promised to do, and that's 6 weeks, we did it, 6 weeks to get it done, so.
I think that's a good idea, instead of wasting any kind of money, one side,
Exactly.
the same
same traffic, same everything. And, you know, whoever spec that side out, you know, they'll know up front that this ain't gonna give you any leverage, but we appreciate it if we could, or we probably from there and, see what the specs are and, put it out for bid, and that'll save us some time too. We can probably have that done the next week or so. Anyhow, we discussed that last.
Have you done,
I've contacted,
Mr. Carter?
yeah. Chris Cook. No, not Mr. Carter, Darryl and
No.
the contractor,
Contract?
find out who's got it. But yeah, Mr. Carter get involved with it.
Okay.
He don't, I mean,
Right, he'll find out though.
Exactly.
Sure, with any other business. If not, appreciate it, meeting adjourned, thank y'all.
You wanna play with it, whatever?
Yeah, throw it away. Put it in the trash.
Not your trash.
That's what he meant. Huh? You want
I'll make some more. I'll make you some more.
Starting on Sunday. All right. You want some?
You know, the church,
No, I won't do it. I'll have to force myself to eat.
okay, now, I know everybody's saying that, but I got the,
Hey,
the goes in on people, start working on, we don't have any specs from the engineering firm, airport specs, as far as the service. So instead of going out to an engineering firm, it costs us $800. We're gonna look at what's on the other side. What's on the other
What,
side.
the specs was on the other side.
I see what you're talking about. I was thinking.
When I said bids, we got through y'all, but I know y'all.
You see there?
We're trying.
How about that surface beach?
How are you?
They use the water. When you got 30, 40%, we.
Not right now. Oh, I think I'm going to